Hello, you guys. My name is Nigeria Mathis, and I am here to conduct a beautiful yoga class for you guys. Today, we'll be working on a Vinyasa flow that will connect our mind, our body, and our breath. So, I'm just inviting you guys to the room and to your own mat if you have one. You can also bring blocks or bolsters if you use them in your day to day practice. You guys can come down to the mat and meet me in a comfortable seated position. And we're going to start with grounding ourselves in this class. So your seated position can be anything you like as long as you are comfortable. Go ahead and bring your hands down to your knees with your palms facing down towards the ground. Take a moment to elongate your spine. Relax your shoulders as much as you can, drawing them away from the ears. And I welcome you to bring your gaze down to the ground or close your eyes. For a second, please notice your own breath, your normal breathing. Take a moment to capture it all in by noticing how deep or shallow you're breathing. Begin to notice where your breath is going as you inhale. And then with me, we're going to begin to breathing together. So I'd like you to just inhale in through your nose, filling your body up with air, and exhaling very gently. On this second breath, we're going to inhale in through the nose, filling our belly up with air, so much so that your navel pushes out towards me. And when you exhale, part your lips gently and draw your navel back towards your spine, really emptying the body. Let's inhale again, in through the nose, filling the belly up with air, pushing the navel out towards me. And as you exhale, the navel comes in towards the spine. Nice, gentle, and long exhale. We'll take one more, drinking in beautiful oxygen. And exhaling when you're ready to let go. Return to your normal breathing after that breath. Notice how your breath would probably like to go deeper now in your normal breathing. We'll take two more breaths here, sitting in our comfortable seated position. And then I would like for you to all inhale and raise your hands up overhead, stretching the fingers up overhead and plugging them into the ceiling. You can face your palms out towards me and just begin to rotate them inward and outward. Maybe even give them a little twirl, rotating the wrists. I'm just going to wake up our body here. You can even lift the chin so that the throat is open. From here, you're going to take your right hand and place it down onto your left knee, and take the left hand and wrap it around you so that you can use it as kind of a kickstand for a nice twist, elongating the spine and relaxing your shoulders. Go ahead and turn your head to the left. Here, I just want you to breathe and try to get the breath down to the belly. Exhale, drawing the navel back toward your spine. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to turn the body just a little bit deeper at the neck. isolating our core, and just turning our head to the back of the class. Continue your breath. Take one last deep inhale in through the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to turn your body back to center. Lifting the arms up ahead again. Breathing in and rotating our wrists outwards. This time we're going to take our left hand, bring it down to the right knee, and the right arm comes behind you for a nice twist. Make sure your spine is nice and long and the shoulders are relaxed. And your body is facing forward as much as possible with the head turned to the right. Breathe here. On your next exhale, we're going to turn the head right at the neck to the back of class. Breathe and feel the sensations. Also feel the restriction, if you have any, with inhaling and trying to get the breath down to the belly. Notice where your breath stops and notice where it begins. Last breath. And turn back to your center. Very good. From here, I want you to just take the right hand and place it down onto the mat. And the left arm is going to come up overhead, opening up our left side lung here. We're going to make sure that we're sitting nice and tall. So make sure that your spine still is long, shoulders are relaxed as possible without too much tension in that left side. And when you inhale, I want you to breathe diagonally. See the breath shoot straight through on that left side. You can bring your head up to the ceiling or low to the ground, whichever is in your practice. And just breathe as you reach over toward that side. If you like, you can try to inhale into the left side lung, feeling up that side and isolating the breath to that area. We're going to take one more breath here. Inhaling into the lung. Exhale, letting it go. Let's inhale both arms up to our center, reaching up into the middle. And as we exhale, we're bringing the left arm down to the opposite side, and now the right arm tips over for this nice long line. Make sure you notice if your head is more comfortable turned up or your gaze down to the ground. Breathe in. Exhale. Make sure you're reaching over as if to grab something in the corner. One last breath, breathing into that left side lung. And exhale. Let's bring both hands up overhead. And I'd like for you to bring your right hand to the left elbow and left hand to the right elbow and open up your heart here. Bringing the shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill that belly up with air one last time. And as you exhale, draw the arms back down to your sides and let it go. Take a moment to feel the energy flowing through your arms all the way down to the fingertips and into the ground. From here, we're going to get into a table pose. So we can turn to the right or the left, whichever angle you are at. And you're going to make sure your knees are under your hips, and they're hip width apart. So maybe to the inner layers of your mat. And that your arms and hands are shoulder length apart. From here, we're going to do a few cat-cows. So I'd like you to roll your eyes up to the ceiling and slightly arch your back on your inhale. Relax the belly So let it hang down for the earth. And as you exhale, we're going to take the navel and draw it in towards our spine, curling the spine like a cat and pushing the earth away with our hands. Be sure to fold your chin into your chest. And then as you inhale, relax your body a little bit and allow the belly to hang down towards the earth. Roll those eyes up to the ceiling. And exhale. Curl your spine. Navel towards the spine. 2 more times. Last one. Exhale, curling the spine, creating that cat pose, pushing the earth away from you. Now from here, I want you to be very comfortable with your hands and your knees. So find that nice comfortable spot where you can balance and bring your right foot behind you, tucking the toes into the mat. We're going to rock into those toes so that we get a nice stretch on our calf area. Really swirling it around, going from big toe to small toe. So if you have to turn your leg a little bit, that's fine as well. Just make sure you're giving yourself and your foot and your calf a nice stretch. From here, we're going to inhale and bring that right leg out behind you, straight behind you. Don't overextend or bring it up too high. Let's try to be as parallel as possible, keeping our hips face down towards the earth. From here, you're going to find some leverage with that right hand and lift the left hand off of the mat. First with the fingers facing down towards the mat and then lift up so that you're shooting the left arm out. It's okay if you shake a little bit. Just breathe into your core, into your arms and legs that you're engaging. We're going to stretch our arm out to the front and kick the leg out to the back, stretching the body. Breathe. From here, I want you to connect the elbow with the knee under you. So we're going to curl our spine and bring the knee and elbow together. Exhale, push it back out. 2 more breaths. Inhale in, bringing the elbow to the knee. Exhale, push it out. Last time, elbow comes into the knee. Exhale, push it out. Let's draw our hand and our leg back down to the earth. You can move around here or maybe even make some circles, taking the weight off of your right hand. And stretching the back of that thigh on the left side. We're going to switch sides. We're going to take our left foot out to the end of the mat. Go ahead and inhale and lift it straight up. Make sure the foot is nice and flat. And we're going to take our right arm, stretch it out in front of you first for leverage. And then inhale, lift the hand right in front of you. The thumb is going to face up towards the ceiling so you can get a good hand direction. We're just going to breathe here for 1 breath. And then bring the elbow and the knee together under you. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, knee comes into elbow, nice little crunch. Exhale, push it away. Inhale in, bring the elbow to the knee together. And exhale, push it away. Don't worry about your shakes or your wobbles. You're here, and that's what's most important. We're going to exhale, bring the hand and the knee down to the earth, and do a few circles just to the right side to give that arm a little break. And your right side hip a nice stretch. Right, from here we're going to take that right leg back out behind us and lift the right leg. The left arm is going to come out in front of you. Take your time, get in there. And we're going to inhale in the elbow to the knee 1 time. And exhale, push it back out. From here, I want you to bring your left arm down. And we're going to take that right leg and cross it behind us, crossed over that short left leg. You can take a moment to glance back at your foot to give yourself a nice, good stretch. And what I'm going to have you do is inhale, lift that left leg up and behind you. From here, we're going to move that right leg right to the middle of your hands. So we're going to bend the knee and work our way through as best as you possibly can to get there. Once we're there, we're pushing forward onto that back thigh so that you can get a good stretch into the front of the thigh and start and begin to open up the hips. We'll take a nice inhale, and we're going to roll all the way back, lifting the front toes off of the mat and maybe extending at the ankle. So breathe in, looking forward. Take a nice deep breath. If it's in your practice to collapse and come down, you can also fold the chin into the chest and have your forehead be towards the knee. Go ahead and inhale, and we're going to roll forward so that our foot is flat and our knee is aligned with the ankle. And we're just going to start here in this lunge. So bring your hands to your knees and work your spine and your core all the way up until you're straight. Take a nice deep breath here into the belly and exhale. Arms are going to come out to the side if that is in your practice. Palms are going to come together overhead. You could take a moment here to intertwine the fingers, or you could just bring flat palms together overhead. And we're just going to open up our heart here by bringing the shoulder blades together behind us. Not an extreme bend, it's a nice, gentle pull. Lifting up through the fingertips. Breathe. As you exhale, let's bring the hands down to frame the foot in front of us and slowly guide our right foot back towards our tabletop. From here, the toes come together behind you, knees go mat width apart, and we're going to slowly bring our backsides closer to our ankles and then slide the hands out for a child's pose. Try to bring your head towards the mat, and if not, feel free to use a bolster or block to help support you in this pose. We're going to take 3 breaths here before we move to the other side. Inhaling in through the belly. Exhaling, letting it go. Inhale into the belly. Exhale and let it go. Very good. From here, we're rolling up into our table again to work the other side. So our left foot is now going to come behind us, you guys. Tucking those toes behind you. You're going to lift that left leg. We're going to lift the right arm out in front of us. And we're going to breathe into our bellies. On your next inhale, bring the elbow and the knee together under you. Exhale, push it back out for just 1 breath. From here, that right arm is going to come down, and we're going to draw the left leg all the way through so that the left foot is in between our hands. Let's make sure we have a good position here. You should not be uncomfortable right here, okay? From here, we're going to push forward, stretching on that back thigh, leaving the back foot nice and flat, giving us a nice stretch on our hips and our pelvis. Exhale, roll back, lift the toes off of the mat. And as I mentioned before, you can draw your chin down to your chest, or you can keep your gaze forward here, getting that nice stretch on that back thigh. My hamstrings are so tight today. Let's inhale and come on up, bringing our knee directly over the ankle and walking our way up to our lunge. Let's take the arms out to the side And bring the palms together. You can intertwine the fingers again or just bring palms together. Inhale, up. Exhale and relax. Inhale, and maybe you bring your shoulder blades together, opening up your heart. Exhale, and we're going to bring the hands down to frame that left leg. Left leg slides back into your table position. Toes touched again together behind you, and we're bringing our seat back to our feet and sliding the hands forward for a child's pose. I'd like you to try to breathe here. Focus back on the tempo of your breath, noticing where the breath is going. Go ahead and begin to rise. Come back into your tabletop. Spread the toes apart into the table. From here, we're just going to tuck the toes behind us, and we're going to come up. But first, let's slightly float. So we're going to bring the knees up for a nice float on top of the mat, and then slowly bring them back down. Inhale, float up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release, bring it back down. And then one more time. Inhaling the knees up for a nice float. And exhaling back down. From here, I want you to slightly lean back into the hands so that you have no creases in your wrist. And we're going to still float up, but come all the way up and through our downward dog. Feel free to adjust your legs here. If your heels aren't both on the floor, that is perfectly fine. There are no yoga police here. Nobody's going to come and get you. Go ahead and begin to bend one leg at a time, walking your dog from right to left. Taking a deep breath here. We got 2 more breaths here in this downward dog. Breathe in. And then I'd like you to come to the tippy toes on your feet and begin to tiptoe toward your hands. If you notice your hands might move up to their fingertips, that is perfectly fine. In your forward fold now, we'll swing side to side if that feels good. You can also bring your hands to the opposite elbows, tuck the chin into the chest for a little more weight. You are also welcome to express your forward fold by wrapping the hands around your legs and drawing your body in further. Maybe the elbows come out to the sides. Whichever variation you take, go ahead and allow the arms to go down to the earth now and allow gravity to take over. From here, we're bending our knees, bringing our chest to the top of our thighs, and our chin rises up off of the chest. Our arms are going to come behind us just so that we can lift and straighten out our spines, and then hands come out, shooting in front for a nice chair pose. Go ahead and inhale, and we're just going to rise to standing here. Bringing the palms together and down to your heart. From here, I invite you to a mountain pose. You can take the arms and continue to let them come down and open up to your sides. Take a moment here and adjust your feet. And maybe you lift your toes off of the mat. Let's take 3 breaths into the belly, drawing the navel back towards the spine, into the belly again, drawing the navel back towards our spines. When we're ready to exhale, Last one, breathing in through the nose and drawing the navel back towards the spine. Bringing our arms back out and up overhead, palms come together overhead, and hand comes down to our heart. We're going to walk to the top of our mat if we're not already there. And then we're going to inhale our arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Allow yourself to hinge at the hips, falling down towards the earth. Inhale your hands up to your knees for a nice flat back. Exhale, release and let it go. We're going to take our hands and walk out back into our downward dog. And begin to walk your dog, bending the knees again. From here, I want to invite you to walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Bend your knees so that the chest is sitting on top of the thighs. Arms will come out behind you. And then inhale, rise to a chair pose. Exhale, let's bring the hands back down to the earth. Straighten out our legs for forward fold, swaying side to side. Take any variation that you like. And inhale your hands for a nice flat back. Bringing your gaze forward, nice long spine. Exhale, let it go, forward fold again. And you're going to rise very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up standing. Arms come out overhead to your sides, palms come together, and hands come down to your heart. Let's walk up to the front of the mat and do that again. Inhale the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your hands up to your knees for a nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. Walking out to your downward dog again, taking 2 big steps. Finding that placement for it, feeling the stretch in the back of those hamstrings. You can walk the dog here, or you can bring both of your heels down to the earth if you just want a nice, steady, sturdy downward dog. We're taking 3 breaths here, breathing into our bellies, into the chest, and into our collarbones. Begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. Giving a nice stretch in those shoulder blades. Begin to forward fold, sweeping side to side. You can also bring both hands to your elbows here. Bend the knees, bring the chest to the top of the thighs, or the best way that you can. Arms come out to the back of you for a nice long plank pose. Bring the arms out in front of you for a chair. Breathe here. One more breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Bringing your hands to your knees for a nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. Arms come out overhead or to your sides, whichever rise is in your practice. Bring the arms up overhead, palms come together, and down to your heart. Walk to the front of the mat. We'll do that 2 more times, watching our breath and our movement. Let's inhale up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the hands up to your knees for a nice flat back. Exhale, let it go. Taking your hands down to the earth, you can hop back or step back into your downward dog. Begin to bend the knees if that is in your practice or if that is how you are feeling in this moment. If you like, you can go a little deeper by bringing your gaze in between the legs behind you and sinking the chest in just a little bit more. And on your inhales, lift your pelvis. Two more breaths. Feel your arms engaged and getting strong. Feel your breath being the conduit of that strength. Last breath, inhale in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Begin to walk our hands back to our feet. Take your knees and go ahead and bend them down, bringing the chest to the top of your thighs. Arms come out behind you, unrolling the chin from the chest, looking and bringing your gaze in front. Chair pose, bringing the arms out in front on your next inhale. Breathe in, exhale, sink a little deeper. Breathe in again, and as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands up to your knees for a nice flat back. Exhale, let it go, drawing the arms down to the earth. Take any variation of forward fold, Uttanasana. Rise in your own style. Maybe you like your arms to drag down towards the earth, using your back muscles to lift through your core. Head comes up nice and strong. Arms come out to your sides and overhead. Bring the palms down to your heart. Last one, you guys. Let's walk to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your hands up to your knees for a nice flat back. Exhale, let it go and release into a forward fold. Bringing the hands down to the mat, we're going to walk out into our downward dog, our last one of this flow. 3 breaths here. Maybe you bend the legs, maybe you don't. Maybe this is the round where you try to allow yourself to be still yet strong. Allow the breath to be a current and conduit flowing through the body. Last breath. Let's walk the hands towards our feet. Very nice. Bringing the chest to the top of the thighs. Arms come out behind you. Last time. We're going to inhale and bring the hands in front for our chair pose. Breathing here. Exhale, forward fold, straighten out your legs. Inhale those hands up to your knees for a nice flat back, bringing the neck off of the chest. Go ahead and gaze forward. Exhaling and coming back down into the forward fold. And then begin to rise when you are ready in your style of your own. Arms come up overhead and palms come down to the chest. From here, we're going to bring the hands out to the side for our mountain pose. So just draw the arms all the way down and bring them out to your sides. Let's take 4 breaths here, allowing our feet to be comfortable. Go ahead and lift all the toes off of the mat and place the sole of your feet down into the earth. Fingers should be plugged down to the side and core should be engaged here. Relax your shoulders and elongate your spine. And allow your face to become more gentle than before. So relaxing the space in between your eyes and possibly removing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Breathe into the body through the nose and out of the mouth. Slowly bring the hands together, palms come together, and we're going to bring them up to the chest. I like for you to rock side to side as we practice some balance in this flow. So we're going to just do a few tree pose. Well, just two because we have two legs, right? So let's take the right leg and plug it down into the earth. And you can take any hand variation you like. I prefer my hands out to the side for better balance. The right foot is going to plug down into the earth, toes are facing down, and the left foot comes up to the ankle. Let's breathe here at our root. This is a root tree pose I like to call. Just breathing into the chest, into the belly, and down to the root. If it is in your practice to go higher, maybe to your calf, you can do so just by rowing or raising up, just like a tree would. Keep breathing here, and if it's in your practice to go any higher, please feel free to do so. But for here, we're actually going to spend 3 breaths. So if your tree falls down, don't forget to grow and regrow and regrow. Taking one more breath here. And exhaling. Bring the palms together to your chest and lift the knee up in front of you, bringing it down to the earth. Go ahead and relax the other side for its 5 breaths that we're going to take. Slowly bring your right leg into the ankle and begin to root. Here you can check your form as well. The knee should be facing outwards to the right. Make sure your spine is nice and long and you're not sinking into your hips. Make sure they're nice and long. We're going to take the right foot and rise, if that's in your practice, over to the calf area. And as I mentioned before, if it's in your practice, you can also go higher with your arms, and arms can take any variation that you like, but your legs can go as high as you like them to go. Let's breathe here for 2 more breaths. And then bring the hands to our hearts, lifting that right leg in front of us and placing it down on the earth. Let's rock side to side. From here, I want you to spread your stance just a little bit wider than shoulder length apart. Toes are going to be pointed forward as we come down into a nice little squat. You can also take the toes and point them out to the side so that you can go a little deeper. Arms are going to come up overhead for a nice big stretch here. And we're actually just going to forward fold, bringing the hands down to the earth, straightening out our knees for a nice triangle forward fold. I'd like you to take your right foot and point the right toes to your side. You can leave the front of the left toes facing forward. And we're just going to walk our bodies over to that right foot and grab hold of the ankle or the shin or the knee, whichever is in your practice for this nice twist. You can take the right hand and slide it on the inner ankle, and the left arm is going to open up for a nice triangle pose here. Stretching up with that left arm, trying to stack the shoulders one on top of the other. I'd like you to exhale, bring that hand down to the earth. We're going to just walk to the opposite side, taking that right foot and bringing the toes forward. Left foot is going to go to the left, pointing outwards. Take both hands and find your balance first by grabbing hold of the ankles and the foot. And if you like, or when you're ready, you can slide that left hand to the inside of the ankle, peeling open with the right arm for a nice triangle pose. Lifting up through that right arm, stacking one shoulder on top of the other. Exhale and bring that hand down to earth. We're slowly going to walk our hands back to our center with our feet facing forward, toes are forward, Slightly bend at the knees here, and we're coming up for a little goddess. Opening up the arms wide, opening up the chest and sinking into our seat. Inhale, bring the hands together overhead. Exhale, slowly come down, palms facing down towards the earth. Again, we're going to rotate our palms up this time, and inhale, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the earth, settling that energy down. Last time, rotate the palms up. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, let's slowly bring those arms down. Big breath. Good job. Inhale, come on up. And bring the palms together overhead. Palms come to your chest. Let's heel toe our hands to the center. And we're just going to, from here, work our way back down towards the mat. I'm going to turn to my side. You guys can stay facing forward on your mat. Let's inhale our arms up to the ceiling one last time. Take a nice deep breath in here, you guys. Exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale the hands to your flat back. Go ahead and lift your head up so your gaze is pointed forward and give yourself a smile. And then exhale, come on back down towards the mat. From here, we're actually going to walk our hands out. And you can walk the feet out as if you're going into a downward dog, but we're slowly going to just bring the knees down to the mat, back into our table. Flattening the feet behind you. We'll take 3 more cat-cows before we settle in. So inhale and bring your gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, curl the spine. Inhale again, bringing the gaze to the ceiling. Arching the back very gently. Exhale, push the earth away from you. Arms are engaged and navel is towards the spine. Last breath, inhale. And exhale, curl the spine. From here, I invite you to move your knees forward and bring yourself down to your seat. Knees are going to face up towards the ceiling. Hands come behind you. And you can just twist them right and left. And from here, I want you to slowly bring yourself down onto the mat. Take your time. Be gentle with yourself. Maybe you come down forearm to forearm at a time, and then work your way all the way down onto the mat so that your back is flat onto the mat. We're going to take our fingers and place them palms facing down onto the mat and shuffle the feet back towards the fingertips so that you can graze the back of your feet. From here, I want you to put a little pressure into your palms as they connect with the earth and feel the ground under you with your feet. So the toes are going to lift up off of the mat, but feel your entire foot onto the mat. I'd like you to push up. We're going to do 2 bridges here. So inhale through your pelvis, pushing up towards the ceiling. Push, 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 push. On the inhale. And when you're ready, slowly bring it down to the ground and let it go. Again, we're going to inhale, pushing up towards the ceiling. Push, push. Exhale, let it go. And then slowly bring the knees into the chest, one at a time, wrapping your hands around the knees and rocking side to side for a little back massage. Breathing here. From here, we're going to take our knees down to the left side, all the way down as far as you can. The left hand can lie flat onto the legs. The right arm is going to come out to your side. You can cactus or straighten the arm out all the way to your side. And we're going to bring our gaze to the right. Begin to breathe, taking notice of your breath, taking notice of this moment, sitting with yourself. 3 more breaths here. After your 3rd breath, we're slowly going to come to our center. Try opening one knee at a time to help protect your spine and your hips. From here, we're going to reach down into the middle for happy baby, grabbing onto the toes or your ankles or socks or knees, whatever is in your happy baby practice. You can begin to rock side to side, or you can draw the knees down to the mat for a nice open stretch. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees back together, and we're drawing them down to the right side. You can stretch that left arm all the way out to the side and bring your gaze to the left as well. Taking a total of 3 more breaths here. Long breaths, inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling when we're ready. Inhaling again. Exhale. And one last breath. Slowly again begin to open up your legs, one knee at a time. Once you get back to your center, last happy baby, reaching down for those toes and rocking side to side. Go ahead and lower your feet down to the mat. Bring your hands down to your sides and slowly bring the soles of your feet together now and allow the knees to bow out to the sides. We're going to bring our hands up and left hand to the belly, right hand to your heart. And begin to breathe before we enter Shavasana. Inhale into your belly. Push your navel out towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, we're drawing that navel down towards the ground now. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale down to the ground. Last breath. I'd like for you to take the next few seconds to just get in any stretch that you'd like that might not have been in this practice. Just a few seconds for you to express yourself within your own practice. If you don't have anything to give, you can also just bring the hands down to your side as we prepare for Shavasana. You can grab any bolster, block, or blanket that you may need. You're going to straighten out your feet to the length of your mat and allow your body to relax. Check in with your body from head all the way down to your feet. You can affirm that you are safe, that you are relaxed, and that you are done in this practice. We're going to slowly begin to come back to our breath. On your next inhale, add a little action to your toes, maybe bending them forwards and back or rotating your ankles from side to side and around. After your next inhale, on the exhale, let's move the fingers all around. And take this last breath for you to maybe roll the eyes around on the head or shake the head nose side to side. Together, we're going to slowly bring these knees all the way up to the chest, grabbing hold of them, each one, very delicately. Knees come side to side, rocking side to side. Maybe you create some circles with the knees here. And remembering your breath. From here, I'd like you guys to choose the right or the left side to come down to for your fetal position. So turning to the left side, creating a nice ball with yourself, giving yourself a little peace and thanks, allowing yourself a moment to start over, right in the position that you started from in life. Take this moment to gather your thoughts as you begin to return back to your seated position and back to your center. You can go ahead and extend your spine, relax your shoulders, and take one last pose for me as we bring our arms out to the side and our shoulder blades come together. Open up your heart super wide here. And exhale and wrap the arms around you for a nice big hug, the biggest hug you'll give all week. Take this moment to thank your arms and thank your legs for bringing you all the way to this spot for this practice. Thank your mind for waking up in its rightful space, because in your body is where it belongs. Treat it well and be kind to yourself. Bring your hands to your heart center. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, you guys. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. My name is Nigera Mathis, and I appreciate your presence. Have a great day.